This is Hallie Jackson in Washington, where the president is now defending how U.S. agents protected the border, firing tear gas at migrants, including the mother who spoke with NBC News about shielding her kids.
Are you comfortable tear gassing children like what we saw at the border this
They're
weekend?
not, as you know, they're not. They had to use because they were being rushed by some very tough people, and they used tear gas. And here's the bottom line. Nobody's coming into our country unless they come in legally.
President Trump today suggests he might close the southern border for good if Mexico doesn't disperse the group of gathering migrants, a controversial and unlikely shutdown threat, as he warns of a different shutdown back in Washington.
This would be a very good time to do a shutdown. Could there be a shutdown? There certainly could.
President Trump's ramping up his demand for $5 billion for border security, tweeting today, "Congress, fund the wall." If that doesn't happen by next Friday, the president could use his veto power to partly close down the government, something not even his Republican allies want to see.
We have a lot of departments that do a lot of good for our citizens, so we need to make sure that we're funding them properly through Congress.
The president is also now talking about that devastating new climate report that warns the economic cost of ignoring global warming could be hundreds of billions of dollars.
Mr. President, have you read the climate report yet?
I've seen it. I've read some of it, and it's fine.
They say economic impact could be devastating.
Yeah, I don't believe it.
You don't believe it?
No, I don't believe it.
President Trump has downplayed the impact of human activity, which puts him at odds with the vast majority of experts, including those inside his own administration.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here, and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.